Start. So, hello everyone. My name is Dhanashri, and on behalf of IIT SoCal chapter, I'm delighted to welcome you to an amazing event series. And this is the first of the event series of Golf Webcast. So, today's event is truly special. We have two outstanding golfers from the IITian community who have decades of experience playing golf coming here and helping us get started with this amazing sport. A big thank you to Suresh and Bhuvan for putting together this fantastic session and agreeing to do this session with us. We are excited to learn from you. Now, next slide, please. Now, before we begin, I just wanted to do a quick introduction to IIT Alumni Association of Southern California. So, next slide, please. Yeah, we are a growing community of over 3,000 alumni from over 23 plus IITs. Um, and this year we have several new initiatives, several new events to, help our community come together, learn together, succeed together in all the many different verticals. Um, we have interesting events coming over. So the first, we are already in the golf webcast. The next event that we have today is Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, where one of our community member will talk us through, how to prepare for Kailash Yatra and how to get the best out of the yatra. On February 21st, we have a very solid session on how to do equity investing, how to get started and build solid fundamentals. And of course, we have a big event. We have Global Pan IIT Conference coming, and Shashi will actually give us a great insight about that event. So stay tuned. Now, in order to keep up and updated about all these events, we request you to please follow us on LinkedIn. And if you are an IITian and still not in the WhatsApp group, I request you to please reach out to us and we will add you over there. Now, a little house rules over here. So this event is recorded, and in order for the speakers to not get interrupted, I would request everybody to please turn off their cameras and mic so that there are no interruptions in the sessions. We request all of you to give us all of your questions in the chat, and we will answer them on the first come basis at the end. And now coming to both our speakers today. So today's session is hosted by Suresh. Suresh is a volunteer with IIT SoCal and a very passionate golf enthusiast. He's an IIT-BHU alumnus of 1987, and he has decades of experience in the golf ecosystem, and he's actively leading IIT 2026 golf events. Professionally, he is a strategic software account executive at Keysight Technologies, where he has worked for multiple decades. Now, for the next speaker that we have, Bhuvan, he's a NCAA Division 1 golf athlete, class of 2015. He began his golfing journey at the age of 9, and through excellent coaching, thanks to his dad, he is a qualified Division 1 golf player. And he's going to share how pursuing golf has helped him out with his career, learnings, and building a successful life so far. So, with that, I'll hand it over to Suresh and Bhuvan. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhanashri. You guys can hear me, everyone? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So, hey, welcome to this webinar or seminar or webcast, whatever you want to say. And this is the part one of the three-part series that we will do. This is just the beginning as to how, if you are not done any golf before or not aware and shy to go into the golf course or a little bit apprehensive, oh, it's a very difficult game. How do I go about it, right? So today's seminar will be focused on, webinar will be focused on that aspect of golf. But before we go into that, it is always great to know what audience we have and what are their experiences. So if you can take the next question for us, that will be great. So there is a poll question. I'll just give a pause for 2 minutes and while I go through the agenda. So basically, yeah, we'll be talking about fundamentals of golf and then coaching, why coaching is important, it is important, or is it all hype, all those things. equipment, the basic golf equipment that you would need. And then, of course, we have guest speaker, Bhuvan, and then we'll have an open forum towards the end. So I can just wait for a minute or two for the polls to happen.
I think we have reached critical mass.
Yeah, I was suspecting that the being to the golf range few times would be the number one, and it is the number one. That was my guess as well. So we are in perfect shape. This is something people have a little bit knowledge, and we'll start from the very basics and then go towards what it takes to start playing 18 holes golf. Okay, and for those people who are already into golf and they are aware of it, more will come in part 2 and part 3, where we'll talk more advanced topics. Okay, great. Let's just go second. Next slide, Bhuvan. So the poll has to close, right? I'm seeing. I'm going to put on the side. Yeah, okay. So how do you get started? Okay. So the first and foremost thing is people who have done we have to do some homework, and they say, go online and check, ask Gemini, what is golf? How is golf played? You'll get a lot of information. You want to go to a coach or somebody and ask him, he'll charge you money for that, even to know what golf is, because it's very difficult. It's not like tennis where you go and say, okay, I want to hit the ball, or cricket, which you just go and hit the ball. There are certain rules and regulations, a lot of things. People get overwhelmed. Oh, I have this so many huge clubs, and it may be a very elite game. I may not be able to go. So it's none of those things are true. It is a very friendly environment, very friendly game. And once you get to know the stuff, you can talk in that language and overcome all the apprehension. So to be a smart person to start with, just go and read online. Okay, that will be the first instruction for those who are beginners. Okay, and then of course you have to buy that first set, right? Go and buy that first set of golf. We'll go more into details as to what it includes. But many people will say, oh, it cost me $1,000, $2,000. Man, I don't want to start this sport, which is $1,000 upfront capital cost, right? So don't spend more than $300, $500. There are beginner sets out there. You don't have to spend a lot, just start there with a very low budget. So that was one advice I wanted to give you all for the beginners. And then comes the range, okay? These steps are in sequence, 1 to 8, finally, when you graduate to the public course. So you go to the range, take some lessons if you want from the coach, but the best thing to start with is you start with your friends, okay? Pick up one of your friends who has knowledge and just ask him to spend some 1 hour, and he'll tell you exactly how golf is played. Even before you start hitting your first ball, you want to know, hey, what is this 18 holes? What does it mean? What is a par score? What is a birdie? There's so many jargons people use, there. So you should know all those things. If you don't know those, and then you say, oh, I'm going there. Somebody says, oh, I got a birdie. He said, well, which bird did you get? You may get, a little embarrassed with those things. So best is to talk to your friends, get to know more about the golf before even you hit your first ball. Okay. And believe me, many of us have never taken any coaching, and still we are very good in golf. I mean, at least recreational golf, if not pro golf. Of course, pro golfers and Division 1 NCAA golfers, they have to go through a lot of coaching. But for us, for our recreational golf, I can tell you, if you have some good friend who is a seasoned golfer, you may not need any coaching. I have myself personally trained many of my friends who are now playing golf with me actively, and they have never taken any coaching. So while at the range, dress code is okay, but we'll come into later part when you go and play, you have to have proper dress code. So once you spend around 15, 30 sessions on the range, that is what you take to kind of get used to the ball and hand-eye coordination and things like that. Then you have to buy some golf proper dress before you go into the course. Okay, so golf is a etiquette sport where golf etiquette is very important. There are many things that people follow on the golf course. So the first thing that you would like to know is that how do you play golf on the short courses, basically. So I mean, without going into more details, I'll say that there are some short courses where you go and play with the coach or with your friends, and then after a few rounds there, then you finally graduate to the regular 18-hole public courses. Okay, next slide. There you go. Okay, now pictures do the talking, right? So, so these are all the things that you would need. Of course, you're outside, so be always careful. You need golf sunglasses to protect your eyes. And you see the golf bag is there, the hat is there, the gloves. What do you need a glove? Yeah, we'll go into those details later. And then a golf ball, of course, and the tee. So these are the basic stuffs. When you go to the golf, okay, and you see there are many different clubs, and that is where the most overwhelming part comes in. Hey, why do we need so many of these? What's going on here? Why this putter? What is putter? What is driver? What is iron? So we'll go into those details today as a beginner, so that you're aware what's all this mean, and why to use a particular club at a particular time, and what does it actually give the effect to you. Okay, next slide, please. So there you go, the first shot at the golf range. Okay, so the first and the foremost thing is, like, whether you're playing baseball or cricket or tennis, anything, is your grip, right? So you learn how to hold the golf club. There is a special instruction, special way to hold it, and that's the first one. And then you make your position, stand near the ball, the way it is shown in the picture, and then make your swing. One most important aspect here is don't move your legs. Some of you might have seen Happy Gilmore, or we all play cricket, right, in our childhood, and then we just go to the ball and hit it. Here, the ball is stationary. You're also stationary. Your legs are stationary. You don't move. In fact, I can recall my first experience was 30 years back. I said, okay, let's play golf. Okay, I went to the range and I put the ball and I took 2 steps and hit the ball. Okay, and then the guy next to me told me, are you kidding me? Golf is not played like cricket, man. Come on, keep your legs stationary. Okay, so this is the kind of a joke which I went through personally myself, and so yeah. But at least you get some knowledge now. They're saying that you don't have to really move your legs, but just go through the swing, go through the motion, and try to hit the ball. Next slide. So here is some information about the clubs. Okay, so you have like different clubs. The rightmost you see some 3 semicircle shaped, and then the irons and the golf ball and the gloves and all those things. So why do you need all these different types, right? We'll go into the next slide. Okay. So there are the 3 basic stuffs, like the driver, wood, and hybrids. These are the one that you start playing the hole with, or the goers, when you start playing. Okay, and every club has a standard distance. I'm putting the pros distance and the usual amateurs that we play, the distance that it carries. So depending on where the flag is from the hole, how much distance you want. Like you play cricket as a relevance, right? So if the cricket boundary is 60 or 70 meters, then you have to hit harder, right? But the same bat can do the job by hitting harder or slower. But in golf, it's not like that. Your swing is almost the same every time. You swing the same thing every time, and the distance is governed by the loft of the club. Okay, the design of the club. Okay, so driver gives the maximum distance when you start off, and depending on how much you want to go, if there is a water hazard or things like that, you don't want to go very long, you use the woods to start with. Okay, and then for the second shot, then you come towards the flag, is where you need the irons. And depending on how much is left to reach the green, then you use a different iron here. Okay, and once you are on the green, you use the putter. Many times you cannot go on the green, you will go somewhere on the side, like a sand bunker. You might have seen the sand bunker on the TV, or water. If you go in water, nothing can be done. Just drop a ball there and play and take some penalty. But if you're in the sand, there are some special clubs. How do you get the ball out of the sand, right? So that's why it gets a little tricky of what golf is all about. But once you get to know all these basic things, you'll be in good shape. Next slide, please. So this is all to get you started. Okay. I mean, it's exciting that golf is a game where people go out, spend some time in free air, other than your normal day to day sitting in a sofa watching TV, or working on your desk and computer. It gives you a really going out into open air game. Okay, so with that, I would just say that it's very, very basic and fundamental. I know many of you are still are experienced golfers, but for you, stay tuned. We will get the next session where we'll talk more in advanced topics. including club selections, how to improve your game from where you are to the next level. And I'll go in more details of what is coming up next. But before that, let's just have a quick break here in terms of telling you more about what's happening in the golf ecosystem in Southern California specifically. So I guess next slide is our time for, before Bhuvan comes on line, we will have Sashi, who is the chairman for the IIT 2026 event coming up. We would like to have him say a few words all over. Take it over, Sashi.
Thank you so much. And thank you, all of you, giving your time on this Saturday morning. My name is Shashi Tripathi. I live here in Orange County, and I have an honor to chair our global Pan IIT conference. This is the first time we are hosting this conference in SoCal in collaboration with many of us helping behind the scene. This is one of the mega event. And just very quickly, I'll give you a glance of what other programs are there in the conference, and then I'll talk about, we have a very important secret about golf, so just wait for it. We'll share. But the conference is in Long Beach Convention Center. Starts on April 22nd, ends on April 25th. We have our website, IIT2026.org. All the details are posted on our website. So on 22nd, as Suresh talked about, we have a golf, and we have booked Tustin Club Ranch. It's a beautiful golf. Many of you may have seen it. And then we are also doing 3 workshops on April 22nd. One is offered by NVIDIA. It's a very intense 8-hour workshop talking about how to use LLM to create agent. Other is how to use LLM in the product development processes and go-to-market strategy. On Wednesday, April 22nd, we are doing networking and reception. On Thursday, we are starting with very high-quality yoga. And we have Mary Millman, who has sang national anthem for Prime Minister Modi, President Trump. She will start the day with the national anthem for both countries. We'll do grand keynote, followed it up by 4 tracks we have in the conference, and those are artificial intelligence, health and sustainability, investment, and global connect. We'll do afternoon keynote, and every evening we have a planned, very wonderful, fun event. So on April 23rd, we have Varun Grover and Ustad Amjad Ali Khan with the dinner included into it. We follow same thing on Friday, April 24th. But evening, we have Shankar Yeshan the music trio, along with 28 of their entourage coming to Long Beach in Terrace Theater, right by the convention center. We follow similar theme on Saturday, but Saturday we are also offering a workshop for the kids from grade 8 to grade 12. And we are doing a big closing ceremony, which includes Guljaris, Guitar Prasanna, and Unreal Crew. So that's very high level, the conferences. We have some wonderful speakers already signed up, and you can see all the confirmed speaker again on our website, IIT2026.org. And if you click on the speaker, and just 2 days back, we got I think one of the bigger surprise. Sadhguru has agreed to come to an opening keynote on April 23rd, 9 a.m. So he will share his insights with us. He also has agreed, this is a surprise, he also agreed to play golf on April 22nd in Tustin Ranch Golf Club for all throughout the session, by the way. So he will join us 9 a.m. in the golf club and stay through, and he will play. He will also rotate the foursome with 2, 3 foursome on that day. And he will do few color comment in the morning. He will stay throughout the day. We will have to put some high security on that golf club. But really, anyone who is going to be sign up, joining and playing this golf. You get to play with Sadhguru himself for pretty much all day on April 22nd. Because of that, we have updated our website to call it Golf with Sadhguru. We also have made some few decisions. We kept the golf package pricing exactly the same. So if you buy the conference and golf together, it's $749. But we are also opening up standalone $499. So you can buy standalone golf without the conference $499. But if you are planning to attend the conference, think about $499 minus $749. Practically, you're paying $200 for the conference. And this is very limited seating for the golf club. So if you are looking to play golf, please sign up as soon as you can because this will fill very quickly. We just updated the website last night. We are working with Sadhguru team about the social networking. We are getting the review through their media team. It will go out soon in a day or two, but this is a disclosing we are doing to all of you. Those who are interested in playing golf, please buy that before it fills out because the social networking announcement will be going out in 1-2 days. So thank you, Suresh, once again, and Priyank for and Dhananjay leading this. And looking forward to having you all as part of golf and also as part of our global Pan IIT conference.
Thank you, Sashiji. And before I hand over to Bhuvan, just on the theme of golf itself, right? So, and what Bhuvan is going to tell us today is golf is just one sport, right? But it helps you as a personality, a character, a person, social outreach, networking, make friends, So, and as all of you might have heard, golf is a very mental sport. People say golf is played within 2 inches of the brain, between all 2 years of the mind. A lot of mind and mental is required. So for those who are coming on that day, even if you're not playing golf, if you come and just even participate and listen to Sadhguru, we will be having a speech from Sadhguru on 22nd as well on how golf and mental side and competition and all those things are taken part, how you can enhance your golf as well will be all part of that package on 22nd, besides getting a chance to play with him, So stay tuned, more details are there, will come up, but you have all the contact information from IIT and South Cal and IIT 2026. I will sign off for now and come back in the end. And without much ado, let's welcome Bhuvan Potluri.
Sorry. Thanks, Suresh. Thanks, everyone, for hosting this and giving me the opportunity to speak. I'm hoping I can share my experience through my journey through junior golf and college golf and post-college golf, and how it helped me shape as a person and helped me in my career. And hopefully this can bring some insights to either if you're starting to play in golf or if you have kids that are interested in golf, and you can see how beneficial it can be in the long run. So I'll be talking about my intro to golf and junior golf, getting to college, playing college golf, and then post college. And then as if you have any questions, feel free to put in the chat, and then we can answer that after. All right. So my intro to golf, I started around age 11, and thanks to my dad, he started almost a year before me. He got really hooked onto it, and then I took an interest. I started playing, and I immediately fell in love. I started with taking a lesson from a professional golf coach, and then immediately got interested. And for me, I took a weekly lessons with the coach to help establish the fundamentals of everything. And my dad was talking about that before, like the grips and the swings, everything. And then for me, the coach was encouraged me to start with the putting and then go to short game and then go to long game. And that's usually I would say the best way to start learning golf, so that you start from the small swing and then work your way up to the full swing. And for me, when I started learning golf, I tried to soak up as much knowledge and experience as possible. I was reading books, I was watching a lot of golf on TV, reading magazines. And at that time, there was no social media, so there was less information out there, so you had to go find it. But now, with the help of social media and the help of the post-COVID golf boom, there's a lot of information out there. It's very easy to find golf, and sometimes it could be too much information. So having a good coach and someone you trust is very important as you start your journey for golf. And then I was lucky that the first coach that I had was a was key instrumental for me because he, after a few lessons, he told me that I was improving pretty well, and he asked if I wanted to play tournaments. And at that point, at that time, I wanted to. So then he gave me good encouragement and push to play tournaments. And then I started my journey of playing tournaments. And then as I played more and more tournaments, my game improved, and then my goal eventually changed to, okay, I do want to keep playing and pursue playing college golf after my high school is over. So and then that started the process of how do I get myself into college golf, and the recruiting for college golf can be a little daunting at times, but in my experience, it really helps to put yourself out there and start reaching out to college golf coaches as early as possible. And this is what I did and we did. And thanks again to helping my dad, because I would not at that age when I was 16 years old, didn't have that foresight or even that expertise to be reaching out or to be doing everything on my own. So it's a good support system is huge to helping uh, for me at least to getting my dream to play college golf. And then once after that, it was basically the way recruiting works. Most of the time, your performances and your tournament performances speak for yourself in getting your opportunity to play college golf. But apart from that, when you reach out to college coaches and kind of introduce yourself, the key for us was to find how you differentiate yourself among the other golfers and how when selling yourself would be a good fit for your college. In our case, we created a website to showcase all my results and my swings and everything, and then also we showcased how we prepare for each golf tournament, and that was our differentiation for us. We would me and my dad would all before golf tournaments we would go on Google Maps and Google Earth and map out each hole for each course, and we would create our own yardage books so that we could strategize before golf tournaments. A lot of times we play courses where we just play for the first time, and the first time is a tournament, so we need to come prepared beforehand so that we can have an advantage. And that advantage help me play better, and also help me showcase, oh, we're serious about golf, and also impress the golf coaches. So in my journey, I was fortunate to get a spot at UC Irvine to play college golf, and they were Division 1 golf. So I was very happy and proud of that achievement to get into that college. And then after that was the adjustment period from junior golf to college golf. College golf is all the tournaments are 54 hole tournaments, and you play 36 holes in one day, and then the 18 holes the next day. So it was a big adjustment in that sense. Of it was more endurance and stamina, and also is not physically but also mentally to be that strong throughout the tournament. And then after that, it was balancing college school plus life with golf, and that was probably I would say the hardest and most rewarding process of college golf in my experience, because it really taught me a lot of valuable things on how to prioritize multiple things in your life, in school and golf, and also flexibility, and also it taught me valuable lessons of things. Sometimes you have to sacrifice some of the things to achieve what you want to achieve. And if some parts of this could be daunting or a little bit stressful if you're thinking about it for the future for yourself or for your kids. But most colleges and most have a great support system to help all the athletes, and including for golf athletes for this. And we, in my experience, UCI had academic counselors assigned to each athlete to help you navigate your school life and also help you navigate your golf. And then also they would have special tutors and study sessions for you to catch up, and also even psychologists to even help you mentally take on the challenge of this. So that was huge, and I was fortunate enough to use all those resources to help me to get to where I am today. And then finally, for me, to playing college golf, I didn't have that much time and opportunity to do internships or other jobs in college. And then once I knew out of college, I wanted to work in a little background for myself that I did a business and computer science major. So I knew after college I wanted to go into that field and find a job there. So for me, I using golf on my resume and intertwining that with what my expertise and my major was a little bit eye opening, because at first I was kind of lost of how would I'm kind of behind on everyone else who wants to find a job because they have internships and resumes, but I use golf to my advantage to put that on my resume and to help me stand out in that sense. Right. Moving on. And then so for post-college, networking in the real world, it really helped. Even in college golf, we'd have a lot of events where we would go help volunteer for the PGA Tour professional events, or even local golf courses that would host events. Like in this case, if IIT was doing Tustin Ranch and I was still in college, I could probably volunteer and help events out like this, and that would give me opportunity to talk to people and network and reach out and grow my network. So that was a good opportunity for me. And then post college, once I was applying for jobs and getting a job after that, most companies also do either have host a golf event or participate in other golf tournaments. So that was a good opportunity for me to go play and then talk to others and see and kind of just get more experience of what the real world is like and kind of broaden my horizons. And for me, college golf and playing, it also gave me a lot of confidence in just making decisions in life and work. It really helped. Like my dad was saying, the mental aspect of it. When I was playing tournaments in college and junior tournaments, the biggest thing was to have a short memory, to not dwell on your mistakes and keep moving on and kind of keeping the positive and optimistic attitude. So that it can extrapolate that into real life, and to not dwell on the mistakes as much. You can learn from it, but you can learn from it after and just keep moving on. So that really helped me in my life, in my career, and in professional and outside of professional. Yes. So and then as hopefully this helps everyone kind of like share my experience of what I've been through, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to talk and happy to talk about this more.
Thank you, Bhuvan. That was great. And I just want to add two very specific things to this whole life of what Bhuvan has achieved so far. As a dad, I was worried, hey, I'm spending a lot of money. Golf is an expensive sport. There's no doubt about it, right? So expensive is relative to most of us. But you start with the junior golf, play a lot of courses. Every time you have to pay. And I do see in the blog that people are asking so many questions, how much it is cost, right? But let me tell you one thing. Whatever you spend, the ROI is very, very high in golf. As a parent, I was never aware of that. So how it helped us is initially when he was doing high school golf and then he got into NCAA Division 1, there are some scholarships, there are sometimes no scholarships. But even without that, it helps you to get admission in good colleges. A simple example I'll say is that his grades were good, his SAT scores were good, but it was not enough for getting him into Berkeley. So he applied into Berkeley, and in his resume, he wrote that I have been going all over the place, playing national level golf, different parts. That added a lot of him. He got into Berkeley. And with this course, he would have never got into Berkeley. And then and he was not into the golf team. The golf team is very good there, but he got basically on that academics and extracurricular activities. So if your kids are playing any sport, tennis, golf, or any other sport, don't think that he's wasting his time or you are spending a lot of money. It definitely helps you in college, resume at college. How do you differentiate yourself? Like people do social work, many other things, internships in high school, things like that. But sports always helps, okay, in college recruitment. And next step is career. And all people who play NCAA Division 1 or any level of sports, whether basketball, everybody cannot turn pro, right? The chances are very low. But you continue to work and then see if it is good enough, then you turn pro. If you're not, then you get into a job. And to our surprise, he got his job in his very first interview. He went there and they hired him, and it took 2 years for us to ask and find out as to what happened, how did he got hired in the very first. And he never went into any internships in 4 years, nothing, okay? So there is a very famous saying in golf or any sport, people who have gone through any level of sport in college, either Division 1 or Division 2, they have gone through so much rigorous in their life, and especially in golf, decision making in their life. Every shot you hit, wherever it lands, the next shot, you have to just follow your first shot. If you make a mistake, you live by your mistake. Nobody's there to help you. It's a so lonely process. So his hiring manager's manager told me after 2 years that we hired him because we know golfers have gone through some kind of stress and analysis of whatever they have decisions they have made, which many CEOs have not even made in the 20 years of career. In 4 years or 10 years of golf that they play, it's a lonely sport, right? So they'll make a lot of decisions on their own. How can you get a person who can make so many decisions in life, at such a young age? And then why don't we hire him? So he was just hired on the first interview, So just to give you some insights that, whatever you are spending on your kids and yourself as such, to improve. We'll talk about more of business aspects in the next part as to how it helps you in your business part of it. The reason why I'm in the US, I'm in this position is because of golf. And I don't want to do that this time, but next session will be my story to tell how it helps you in your career. Okay, just to create the buzz for the next session as well. So next slide.
Yes. And then one final thing I want to add is that it can be the ultimate goal to play Division 1 for golf or any other sport, but also there's Division 2 and Division 3 also, and they're all equally as valuable, and you should find the right fit for what you want or what your kids want. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Just next slide. So as we finish the part 1, part 2 gets more exciting. Many of you might have heard an Indian golfer, Sahith Theegala. He is playing in the PGA Tour. He is world ranked. At one time, he was world ranked 13th. And his father is a close friend of ours at a family associations with him. He's going to be on board as to what he went through to get a junior golfer into junior golf, college, and then turn as a professional golfer. So that will be the focus of the next session, which I believe is on February 21st. And also I will share how it helps in career. Once you have, supposing you have no junior golf. In fact, I started golf at age 35, okay? And how it helped me in my career, in progression, so networking or, going up the chain in a company, right? Corporate golf. So that will be the focus for next time. And finally, in the part 3 will be the coach himself for NCAA Division 1. He'll give us insight as to what happens in the NCAA Division 1, in the college world, 4 years of college golf, all the insights, if we are looking for it, he will share those, So just to give you a heads up on the next 2 sessions that will be coming up. All right, next slide. So key takeaways, okay? It's never too late to start golf. As I said, I started at 35. Bhuvan started when he was 11 years old. There are kids who started 6 years, It always helps you. It is a great sport. It doesn't need a lot of physical things like, in basketball or other sports. But all of us have some kind of skills in hand-eye coordination, so it really helps, okay? It helps you as a personality, and connecting with golfing friends is the best way to start. I know there are many questions in chat I'm seeing as we speak. Connecting with golfing friends is the best way to start. The 10 lessons that I gave to the beginners in like 5 different sittings, maybe 5 hours, you can spend $1,000 there with a coach. And all that he'll tell you is about each club, what is each club is different, and all those things. And then you hit the first ball. Before you hit the first ball, you may end up spending $1,000. But friends will help you to meet that goal. And then if you want to advance more, then you go to high-level coaching. Okay, that's totally up to individuals. And of course, as I said before, it helps in advancing your career, as we heard from Bhuvan. And we talked about the 2 parts that are coming up. So takeaway is that please do sign up and join us on February 21st. And then I think the second one is on March 2nd. All the details are there on our website. Next. Now we are on to open forum, and I've seen that there are a lot of questions here. I can go and take those questions and answer those. And if anything is there for Bhuvan, he will answer.
Yeah, Suresh, I'll just love to interject for a minute. So, for everyone, the idea with this event is to spend more time answering your questions, making it interactive. So please share all of your questions in the chat, and we will take the questions as and when they come. But before we dive into Q&A, we would love to have picture with all of you in the session. So if it's not a lot of trouble, I would request everybody to please turn on their camera and put on your brightest smile, so that we can have a picture with all of you and store it in our memory. And this would also give everyone a lot of time to think about their questions and share it in the chat. So Suresh and Bhuvan, if it is okay with you, I'd love to take 2 minutes of the session.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Should I stop sharing?
Yeah. So just request everybody to, please. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll wait for 30 seconds more. Okay. I love that,
Guys, don't be
the
shy.
screen is
Don't be
filling up.
shy. Just come on.
I love the screen is filling up slowly. Okay. Abhi, I love the background. It's amazing. Okay, cool. So give me 1 second. All right. Next up. Okay. So 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna put spotlight back on Suresh and Bhuvan, and we're gonna start the Q&A now.
Hey, Bhuvan. Hey, hi, good
Yes,
morning.
hi.
This is Jay, man. Hey, congratulations and great job, Suresh and Bhuvan. This is very informative, and this is really helping me as well. So, quick question. Hey, before we go to the pro golf, I'm a handicap 18. If I want to become a scratch golfer, do you have any high level recipe or path to become a scratch golfer? If you can put up something to create some kind of visibility, that would be awesome.
Shall I
That's,
or Bhuvan take?
yeah, you can start then. I'll
Yeah. So golf is always a very humbling sport. Even at any stage of life, even Tiger Woods comes and says, I want to learn more. I want to improve further. I shot 69, but I still want to shoot 65. Okay. You are never satisfied. Okay. But that's good in a way that it helps also in your career saying, I'm never satisfied. I want to keep going up and up in the chain. It's a very parallel thing. So great that you asked that question. You are a very good golfer by itself by 18 handicap, and you want to go further and turn scratch. So the best way is to go more research, and this is the topic for next session, is equipment plays a very important role. Once you start playing good golf and you want to go to the next level, at every stage, equipment is very important. And I'm going to tell a lot of examples in the next session where people are doing crazy mistakes in the equipment. And they don't know what it leads to if you just tweak your equipment. Okay. So that would be the thing. And then, of course, practice and drills, all those things add to that. But number one thing is equipment, in my opinion.
Thank you.
I agree with the equipment, and then because you can practice as much as you want, but if your equipment is wrong, then you're not going to improve at all. So that's the key. And then I think other than that is, and even for practicing, you have to can practice smarter, and have a rigid timeline of how much you want to practice, and a good structure can really help you improve as fast as possible.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. So the next question comes from the Q&A chat. So the question is asked by Lakshman. He's asking, what's a realistic improvement timeline for a beginner?
I would say if you take lessons and practice, I'd say depends on everyone's schedule, but I'd say practice once a week apart from the lessons. So basically 2 times a week you're practicing and improving. From a beginner to going to playing a round of golf, I would say around 6 months to 1 year is a realistic timeline.
Okay. The next question is from Naveen. So he's asking how many times a week should he, as a beginner, practice golf on a driving range? And second, he is requesting Suresh that why doesn't he become a golf coach to all of us IITians who take their first step towards learning golf?
Yeah, send me a chartered plane every day. I'll fly to San Diego and give you coaching. Just kidding. Let me take the second question first. So, yeah, this is what I have been doing actually, even without asking, just as a passion that I have, and I want to share with everybody how I have picked up golf. And the first 10 lessons, I would say, first 5 or 10 lessons, depending on how much time we can get. Yes, I'm open to that. If you have IIT group people coming out for a social networking event, like say there are 5 or 6 people, I can do a group lesson. Absolutely. Yeah, anytime. Always welcome. And then coming back to, how many times you have to go to the range, as I said before, 10 to 15 times in the beginning to get started before you get little comfortable to go and play on the course. Okay. And 2 times a day, 2 times a week is important. After you start playing and then you have learned a lot, only once a week or once or twice a month is okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you would, the structure is if you structure a lesson every week, is to at least have 1 or 2 practice between the lessons to practice what the coach teaches you is really important.
Awesome.
Takeaway here is coaching is important if you want to go to the next level. Like example, Jay asked that question, right? From 18, I want to become a scratch golfer. Yes, I cannot help you there. Neither Bhuvan can help much. He may be able to give you some guidance to maybe take you up to 9 handicap, but you want to become scratch, you have to have coaching. Coaching is important as in any other sport. But to begin with, start with and play social golf, a coach is not required, in my opinion. A good friend is required.
Moving on to the next question. It's asked by Pradyumna. He says, question for Bhuvan. What drills helped you improve the fastest early on?
That's a good question. I think for me, it was I had a drill for putting where I would set 8 balls around the hole from 3 feet, and I would have to make so it would be around the hole. So you'd have to make all 8 putts into the hole, and then I move it to 6 feet. Got to make all 6 feet putts, and then move it to 9 feet. And it would sometimes take me. Sometimes if I was on my game that day, it would take me very fast. But sometimes if I'm having a bad day, it would take me a long time to finish that drill. But that helped me build confidence because of the repetition and just in the putting myself in the pressure situation in practice so that once I'm playing on the course, then it's like second nature to me, and that usually helps build confidence for that small area, and then confidence builds up for all the rest of your game. So that drill will really help me, and I when I was playing competitively, I would try to do that drill almost every day. So, yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next question asked by Pramod. What's the biggest mistakes beginners usually make?
It's a good question. I would say trying to move to the full swing, trying to hit the driver all the time. That's is what I think the beginners usually make. I was just start small, like start by putting, and then work your way up to the longer clubs of like hitting driver. But everyone, I know usually in beginners, it's fun to hit the driver. You hit that's the shot that goes furthest, and it's very tempting to hit, but you have to start working your way from small to big, and then it will be more rewarding in the end.
Moving on to the next question from Priyank. There are two questions, one for Bhuvan and one for Suresh. So, question for Bhuvan: if you could teach a beginner just one thing, what would it be?
Ooh, let's see. There is one tip. My dad told me this. I still tell people who are starting playing golf is to when you're focusing on hitting the ball and when you're swinging is to focus on the instead of like sometimes you get your once you have a lot of tips in your mind you get it boggled down and you don't know what to focus on, but you would focus on the one piece of a blade of grass right behind the ball and just to keep your eye target there and then just hit it, and that really simplifies everything once you have all the information. So that's one tip I would say. I always keep remembering that tip. Even now, I keep telling myself that's a big. So
Don't look at the ball where it will land up, but look at the ball before hitting, and then let the ball do the job. Okay, that's in tennis and other things. You look at where you want to reach, and then because you don't see the ball, it just goes there with the swing, right? So golf is a little different. Yeah.
And his question for Suresh is: what is your advice for him as a parent? How to get his kid started and motivated in golf or any sport for that matter?
Good question. And yeah, that is one thing which was asked by me many times, being from IIT, saying that, oh, you are from IIT, you are asking your son to turn to sports, post like that. So in the US, we have the luxury. I would say in India also it is picking up a lot in sports, but the kids to get started and looking forward to, sports as a career or sports as a thing to improve in personality is what I would normally tell to any kid. Don't put specifically to golf. Let them start with any sports. For example, Bhuvan actually played badminton. He tried badminton and he wanted to turn competitive badminton player when we were in Singapore, and then golf. Then he picked only golf eventually, not tennis either, right? So let them play multiple sports when they are young, and then as that interest develops, pick any sport. And don't give aspirations saying that, oh, you can turn pro and make millions. Okay, like that's what you see on the TV. Go one step at a time. Aim for high school first, and then once you're in the high school, aim for college. College is the inflection point where you decide after college whether you want to turn pro or not. So just one step at a time. Beginners, just have fun, play with them. There is a huge program called First Tee. They do a very good job. Join those, and then college, and then pro.
Cool. The next question is from Jay. He said, question: one thing that you can share to become consistent in performance.
Bhuvan, for you.
It's a good question. Once you start playing and you want to be consistent, I think the biggest is to practice. Sometimes we just fall in love with just playing all the time, and we don't practice as often. So I think practicing is the key to sometimes being even more consistent. So sometimes you get play more and more, you don't have a chance to work on some of the aspects of golf that you want to work on to get more consistent. So
I would like to add one thing there. I would like to add one thing there is that golf is not a perfect sport. You will never hit 100% perfect shot. Okay, it's 70, 80, 90, 100. You never hit 100% shot. Even the ball goes in the hole after a long shot is not necessarily 100% perfect shot, but just the graphics or the gravity or whatever helped the bounce from the grass helped to go into the hole, okay, or near the hole, right? There are so many other things. So to get perfection is more of a natural talent and the swing that you do and the drills that you do. It's also the mindset. never ever think that I will be able to hit 100% or 10 out of 10 balls in the same spot I want to hit. It never happens. It never happens to pros. They will just hit here and there. There'll be some differences, sometimes short, sometimes long, sometimes right, sometimes left. But then the second shot and the recovery and how they eventually finish the hole is what matters. So consistency is in both, in your mindset as well as technique.
Thank you.
The next question is from Arun. He asks, are there certain exercises to improve my swing power?
That's the good one.
I
never do an exercise.
I would say a part exercise is, I mean, I'm assuming this is more for workouts. More yoga and flexibility really helps with swing power. And then recently I started doing Pilates, which has really helped with the core. A lot of core strength and flexibility is a good key for swing power. So I would say focus on those two. Flexibility and core power it'll be good for increasing swing power.
The next question is from Ranjit. He says, can you suggest any resources like apps, videos, or any educational material to learn and know about golf?
Yeah, so I can take that and Bhuvan can add. There are videos, you go on Google search, say golf for dummies to start with, and to go improve further, there are all levels of videos instructions. 90%, 30 years back, I took one lesson in the beginning just to know what is golf, how to play golf. He was explaining me all the clubs that I was saying, I explained to people as a friend. And then I paid him like $500 or something to do that. So all those things can be learned through internet now. And there are videos, there are swings. And then once you start looking at those and instructions from those, every aspect of golf, okay, there are the mental aspect, there is a physical aspect. All those things have separate videos. See those videos and you learn from that. I never took any coaching after that, after first initial thing to know about golf, basically. So a lot of videos are there, apps are there. In fact, now in the AI world, I just saw one app. I can post a link later to everyone. Is they analyze your swing also. You don't need a coach. They'll analyze your swing, take a video of yours, and tell you exactly where is the fault. And I have used that and I've seen that it is very good. It's not good for the professionals, but for us, for our level, yes, it's pretty good,
Yeah. Social media, YouTube and Instagram, there's a lot of golf tips and videos there. It's helpful.
Yeah, one thing I would like to add is you'll be overwhelmed. There's so many things, like say how to get the ball out of the sand bunker. Okay, you'll be 100 videos. You'll get so confused. Everybody talks about as he's the greatest coach in the world, greatest YouTuber in the world to teach you, right? Follow one person and only follow him from the tee shots to the putting to hitting out of rough, hitting out of sand. Just follow one person. If you start looking at 4 or 5 people, then you will get confused.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you have any favorite person that we can follow?
I don't know. Recently, I don't have it, but I don't know if you have it, anyways. But I can send over later.
Okay, sure. So we will send out all the resources that are shared by Bhuvan and Suresh after the event in the event follow-up email. So please look out for that. And so I just have one more question, but if anybody has more question, please add them in the chat. So the last question is that what matters more, technique or equipment optimization?
Technique.
Oh.
Yeah, Bhuvan, you want to answer first?
Technique first, and then the equipment. So I guess it's like a 60-40, 60% technique, 40% equipment.
Yeah, I'm saying depending on the level, in the beginning, don't go and spend those $2,000 equipment. In the beginning, up to you shoot to 24 handicap, basic equipment is good. After that, if you start improving and you want to improve, then equipment comes into play. Before that, it's all technique.
That's all from Q&A.
Thank you. Anybody wants to share anything else, come online, and any questions for the next coming seminar? We can hang in for 5 minutes. If not, we will look forward to the next workshop in a few weeks. And that will be very, very interesting in the sense that you will have the chance to talk to and listen to Murli Tigala. He was rated by Golf Week as the dad of the year, father of the year last year. It's a very prestigious honor, and he will go through the entire journey, how he took Sahit Tigala from 3 years old, I believe he started about 3 or 4 years, all the way to a professional golfer and world ranking that he is today. And I'll talk about more about the equipment, how equipment can help you. Any closing words from anyone? Sashi?
No, thank you both, Suresh and Bhuvan. Very inspiring to hear. I was getting goosebumps when I was hearing all your journey you went through, Bhuvan. So thank you for doing it. And once again, please, all of you, join this global event in Long Beach. Please sign up if you are even remotely interested in golf. Sadhguru will be there all day. It's a lifetime. Think about Sadhguru himself will be on the golf course, golf club. You're playing with him, taking pictures, talking to him. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'll encourage all of you to sign up as soon as you can. So, and thank you, Priyank, for hosting this with Dhanansi as always.
Yeah, thank you. This is a great team.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you all.
Have a
Yep.
great weekend, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.